The last 6 months have been the hardest 6 months of my life. I turned 29 this Monday. It means 1 year until I'm 30, which is kind of a big milestone. My creative work feels like it's not good enough, not up to par. I find myself comparing my work to that of more experienced, more professional creatives who do this as their full-time job. And I know that's not a fair comparison to make. I also know that comparison is the thief of joy. But it's hard not to compare yourself when there's so many incredible creatives putting their work out into the world. And seeing that influences your assessment, your evaluation of your own work. I want to be more creative. I want to learn more and do more with my skills and my gear. But that can be really hard as a solo creator who really doesn't like being on camera. Having to schedule shoots with other people can be discouraging when they can't show up for one reason or another. And honestly, I don't blame them. Everyone's got their own things going on. The world doesn't revolve around me. So I keep asking myself, how can I breathe life into my work as a solo creative? I think it's something I have to practice continuously. I have to push myself to do the hard work of telling these stories. Right now, I wish I could tell someone else's story instead of mine. But I can't really, so I'll tell my own story. It's a hard story for me to tell because it involves a lot of grief and a lot of pain. I lost my husband, Tim, in October of 2024, 6 months ago. He was my soulmate. That was something I didn't really believe existed before I met him. And it felt like things were going really well. They were finally falling into place for us. Right before everything happened, right before he passed away. When it all happened, it felt like the ground just fell out from underneath my feet. Ever since, I've been struggling to find some foothold, something to hold on to, some semblance of stability. Another big part of my story is isolation. I know that's not what Tim would want for me. He'd want me to be social, he'd want me to be around people, to feel supported. But it's hard not to feel alone after he passed. He's not there anymore. He's the person I spent the most time with. He was a constant in my life. And grief is very isolating. People don't really know how to deal with grief. They don't know what to say a lot of times. It can feel like everyone is walking around a conversational landmine. They don't want to say the wrong thing. A lot of times people are afraid of it. People are afraid of grief in general. The other thing about grief is that it's slow. Grief doesn't really resolve, at least not on your timetable. Grief has its own timetable. There's no way to rush it. There's no way to skip the painful parts. You just kind of have to live with it. And all of these things can make it really hard to connect with others. They contribute to a sense of alienation and isolation and loneliness. And that kind of brings us back full circle to where I started. I need to express my creativity. It has to be solo right now. Tim always encouraged me to chase my creative spark, to nurture it, to grow it, and to excel at it. He was my muse in every sense of the word. Now, it's hard to find the energy to go out there and be creative. A lot of my motivation when I went out and shot street photos in the past was discovering something beautiful I could bring home to him that would impress him, that he would be excited about, you know. I saw the world through his eyes. A lot of times it felt like I was a crow bringing back a shiny trinket for his mate. I never really thought my creative output was all that impressive, but Tim always did. He always believed in me. In his eyes, my work was worthy of being framed and hung up in a gallery. I guess that's why I keep doing this, even when it's difficult, even when it's unpleasant, even when I don't want to. Because I want to keep growing that creative spark that Tim helped me nurture, that Tim encouraged in me. It helps keep his memory alive. So even though I might not feel like my work measures up to the professionals, I know what Tim would tell me. He'd rub my shoulders and he'd tell me how proud he was. He'd tell me that I am good at what I do, that I need to keep on growing as an artist, and that my work is special because it's mine. Tim was incredibly proud of my work. That was enough for me. I didn't need 1 million followers or a ton of likes or really any recognition. I just needed him to believe in me and appreciate what I made. And even though he can't tell me that in person, I know he's still there in his own way, cheering me on and supporting me. So I'm going to keep doing my best and sharing my creative energy with the world. I can't think of a better way to honor the man I love and his belief in my creativity. This is for you, Tim, just like everything I make. Thank you for believing in me. I miss you, and I love you, always.